Yor is hot. We can all agree. Every time I open Twitter, there's always some Yor fan art. She has been taking over the minds of people ever since Spy Family aired. However, have you thought about putting a number to definitively measure her hotness? How do we even go about doing this? Well, when humankind has asked questions to the world, the best method we have had for finding a solution is science. The best minds of our generation have developed systems that we can follow in order to measure how much heat these 2D women can give off. With the MILF system, we can finally put an end to this question and put a definitive value on her temperature. Alright, so I've never really explained what the MILF or MILF system is, but it's really not that hard. Actually, it's almost kind of self-explanatory. Each letter stands for a word and the person is rated by how well she fulfills that criteria. By the end, you will be able to apply the MILF to answer questions of your own. However, not all questions can be answered using MILF. Some might require you to use the TSU and DERE system. That one's really popular right now. Other times it might be the YNDERE system. Get help if you're using that. That being said, the MILF system is the simplest of them all, as it only has 4 rating parts. But there are still some situations where it can be tricky. For example, as with the mom from Masamune-kun no Revenge, it might seem like the MILF system fits, but really, there are better options out there. So, in Masamune-kun's case, the FBI system would fit better. The first part of our system is M, and M in this case stands for mother. But how much of a mother is Yor? Well, I'm not the resident expert in this category, so I brought in somebody who knows this better than anybody, Dr. Ligma.
Yeah, boy. I'm doing your mom shot.
Alright, Dr. Ligma has not been the same since he was last seen with his signature mustache, but there's still some insights to be had. Yor has Anya, so that gives her some points in the mother department. Here we can see that she scores very high because of the way she takes care of Anya. However, there is one thing that decreases her points here, and that is her age. She is much too young to be given full points in the mother category. According to our doctor, the prime age of a mother should be about 40 years old.
40 years of age, I want to get a potion of youth. A potion that allows me to stay at the age of 40 forever.
If Dr. Ligma says so, then it must be true. He is on the forefront of motherology, and I haven't seen someone as dedicated to the field as he is. Too bad Yor is nowhere close to that age. Sadly, in the mother department, I can only give her a 15 out of 25. So far we have mother, and then we add the next 2 letters, I and L. I stands for I and L stands for like. So you might think that the points from I and L could be given arbitrarily because it's personal preference. However, there's one criteria that can be used to measure how much points Yor deserves. That is gap. Gap is the holy grail of a 2-dimensional woman's personality. One day she could be all clumsy and wondering how to cook a decent home meal, while the next she's figuring out the most effective ways to take out the President of the United States. So that means whether you like strong mothers or clumsy mothers, it's a package deal. What I'm trying to say is that while this is a character that is mostly personal preference, characters with a high gap value could be objectively given more points because they cover a wider range of traits that a broader range of people will find more attractive. For these 2 categories, I give Yor a 45 out of 50. Also, the gap between her leggings and the skirt is something to be worshipped. Alright, so that means that Yor gets a 95 out of 100 on the MILF system. So what does that tell us about how hot she is? Well, as you can see from the chart I whipped up, a 0 to 30 is considered low mid, 31 to 60 is considered true mid, and 61 to 90 is considered top mid, with 90 to 100 being considered banging. Now, what does that finalize to? Well, putting it all together, it just means that I gave your mom a banging.